Wait.
293 days since the last time Catholic Central has taken the field. Well, the wait is no more as we welcome you to the season opener here at the Elm, Chippewa Valley, Catholic Central. I'm Josh Rothford alongside my partner Lucas Strage, and we begin with the 2021 team as a topic of discussion because we talked earlier this week about just how big the switch from 2021 to 2022 has been.
Yeah, CC's class of 2021 was definitely one of the most talented classes we've seen, making the playoffs 3 out of their 4 years, and in 2020 advancing to the state semifinals. We saw some also make the step to the next level, as you see here. The biggest loss on offense is the wide receiver position, as all 3 starters graduated in the spring, but also there's a certain excitement around this year's team.
Yeah, and this matchup adds some extra non-conference juice for the Shamrocks as they hope to avenge a blowout loss against Chippewa Valley at Wayne State last year.
Catholic Central went 8-3 last season. They couldn't get the big stop they needed against West Bloomfield. The offense sputtered against De La Salle. We already mentioned the loss against Chippewa Valley. Otherwise, this team was solid, but still is looking for that state championship under Coach Anderson.
Yeah, and on the flip side, Chippewa Valley could have easily won 10 games last year. So many close losses on that schedule. 2 battles against Sterling Heights-Stevenson, close losses to Oxford and Dakota. The Big Reds have, in fact, won 5 straight games after a loss. Something to watch as they enter tonight, having lost their last regular season and postseason game.
It would be impossible to talk about the Big Reds' 2021 season without mentioning perhaps the best non-quarterback in the state last season in terms of usage, yards, and absolute dominance. School records. We were in the student section at Wayne State last year to witness the Cephas Harris takeover. Talk about a difference maker. 60% of the yards last year were from Harris. 71% of the touchdowns, that was also Cephas Harris.
And fortunately for CC, Harris did sign with Youngstown State in the fall, so Chippewa Valley's had to turn to some other guys to fill in the workload. Kalen Shaw, Shamar Hurd. The new quarterback is another Schuster brother. It'll be Andrew Schuster this year. And we turn now to take a look at the road ahead this season for Chippewa Valley.
Yeah, the Big Reds after this week play some winnable games against L'Anse Creuse, Eisenhower, and Anchor Bay. After that, though, comes a tough division schedule, including top 50 opponents in Dakota, Sterling Heights-Stevenson, Romeo, and Oxford. For the Shamrocks, Josh, they were given what is rated the hardest schedule in the state.
Yeah, DeWitt in Week 3, that was a state finalist last season. De La Salle won Division II state title and is ranked top 2 on mostly every website we've seen. Davison, Brother Rice, Orchard Lake St. Mary's, and La Salle are all very good schools. You know, La Salle down in Ohio. If CC can find some momentum and they can piece together a solid season, they will make a solid playoff run. But as Mr. Babbitt said last week, in order to be the best, you got to beat the best.
Mr. Babbitt is never wrong. Let's get to the team comparison where the main battle is between the high-powered Big Red offense and the stout, low-scoring Shamrock D. However, I think the game will be won on the other side of the ball. Whoever prevails between CC's offense and Chippewa's defense will come out on top tonight.
And CC's offense will have a new quarterback. Declan Biles' reign as CC's quarterback has come to an end. And tonight, Bo Jackson will be starting behind center. All 3 varsity quarterbacks with little or even no varsity experience are all going to be available tonight, but Coach Anderson ultimately decides on Bo Jackson after a tight camp battle. The excitement is already brewing here on the field, and down to the student section, we have an action-packed 4 quarters ahead here on the Shamrock United Network, powered by the Shamrock Media Team. Up next, Chippewa Valley at Detroit Catholic Central. All right, and CC enters tonight. They have unveiled a new helmet in the offseason a few weeks ago. Aaron Babbitts, the athletic director here. Sorry about that. CC recently unveiled new white helmets, so they come into this year with those new threads. The blue pants they unveiled last year, before a playoff game against Bloomfield Hills. And Lucas, you noticed some alumni.
Yeah, on the sideline we saw class of 2020 wide receiver Michael Ramirez, along with class of 2020 quarterback and running back pair Declan Bile and Mo Jafer. Glad that they're here to see the first home game and see these new home kits as well.
Yeah, they found new homes, and we are just about ready for the 2022 season to start. For Chippewa Valley, kicking off is going to be Tariq Ahmed Basic. Back to return, Brady Blakita and Evan Hager.
Only a couple injuries for the Shamrocks, so they'll be without Charles Graves and Stone Chaney for a while.
And the 2022 season is officially underway. Evan Hager catching it in the end zone, a fair catch for a touchback. And we will get our first look at the Shamrocks starting offense. Bo Jackson leads the offense out onto the field.
And at the skill positions, we have running back Evan Hager, wide receivers Derek Lee, transfer from Bloomfield Hills, Brady Blakita and Connor Davey, and tight end Dwayne Johnson.
And you see the first play, Evan Hager wrapped up in the backfield for a short loss.
And that offensive line is very young, with 3 juniors and 1 freshman on the line, manned in the center by Zion Tinnen, the senior.
And then you got the quarterback Bo Jackson, only 1 pass attempt to his name in his career, but he's here to prove it tonight. The sophomore quarterback, 6'3", 195 pounds.
Second and 11
Second down and 11. Trip set to the right, bunch side. Jackson turns to the right, looks, throws, short, caught, and dropped. Dwayne Johnson had it in his hands but lost it. Jackson still searching for that first completion of his career, and it's going to be a 3rd down and long here on the first offensive trip.
Yeah, so far this possession has not gone very well for the Shamrocks. They were looking to get off to a quick start against this Chippewa Valley defense, and last year was good but not great.
Good but not great. I think that's a great way to put it. They won games by scoring points and not limiting teams to points.
And that might have been their downfall in the end, and so many close losses.
Shamrocks go 4 wide receivers here on 3rd down and 11. Jackson in the shotgun, takes the snap, looks right again, throws long, pass is intercepted by Rayshawn Hester, and he's immediately tripped up by Connor Davey. Chippewa Valley going to get some friendly field position here. They'll start at the Catholic Central 21-yard line.
That was a disaster of a first possession for the Shamrocks. They lost the coin toss, so they had to take the ball first. Now the Big Reds have a chance to score in the first 2 minutes of this game.
And the Big Reds are captained by number 10, Andrew Schuster, junior quarterback.
Also keep an eye on Kalen Shaw and Darren Hawkins on offense, along with Cameron Frazier.
Right now they start with Clement Krasnicki in the backfield, 5'10", 205, senior running back. Schuster in the gun, takes the snap. Play fake, throws short, pass is caught by Deshaun Lanier, the sophomore wide receiver, and he moves the chains, or moves it inside the red zone for a pickup of 8.
Solid gain there for Chippewa Valley. Now on a 2nd and short, they can take a shot at the end zone here if they want, or they can play it safe and hand it off.
Schuster takes the snap, give it to Krasnicki, and that was Kyle Roberts off the end, making the tackle in the backfield for a loss of 1. But it sets up a 3rd down here.
Last year in a lot of games, especially at home, where the Shamrocks offense was slow to get started. It was that defense that would provide the spark and start the points, especially touchdowns by Beckler Hauser had a touchdown last year. It's just
the defense special teams was very crucial, especially in the games we saw here at home. They set the tone early, and they're looking to get a stop here on a short field.
Of course, a lot of new starters on the defense, but that linebacking group is not part of it.
Chris Nicky gets another handoff, and he is swamped here. Cameron Lloyd and Braden Corser leading the charge here.
Yeah, Braden Corser there with his first tackle of the season. Of course, he is probably the highest rated recruit at a CC in a little bit. He is the #1 linebacker in the state of Michigan right now.
Plays with some tenacity. Chippewa Valley goes no huddle here, 4th down and 2 from the 13-yard line. Lined up out wide, Jameer Martin, the senior wide receiver, and Deshaun Lanier.
They're going to be forced to burn a timeout as the coach did not like what he saw out there. Coach Merchant was not pleased. And the Shamrocks will have to wait and see if there will be a kick or a 4th down attempt.
All right, and while we wait for the timeout, we get a look at the Shamrocks' starting defense. In the secondary, you got guys Evan Hager and Brady Blakita on the edges. Jack Davis and Spencer Lyons in the safety. Spencer Lyons will play that kind of rover middle linebacker, strong safety position.
Yeah, that part's so crucial as we'll get back to game action right here. Looks like Chippewa Valley's going to go for it. Andrew Schuster is on the field.
Well, Tariq Ahmed Bosik, the kicker, is committed to Grand Valley State. He's probably the best kicker prospect in his class in the state. And Ahmed Bosik does come into the game here, and they are going to attempt the field goal. So it looks like Schuster is going to double as the quarterback and the field goal here. 30-yard try for Ahmed Bosik here from the left hash.
Not a lot of breeze
Snap
here.
is good. Hold is good. Kick by Ahmed Bosik is up, and it is good. And the Chippewa Valley Big Reds claim a 3-0 lead here. Great job by the Shamrocks defense as they hold Chippewa Valley to just 8 yards on that possession, and they salvage a touchdown by holding them to just 3 points.
Yeah, the turnover there didn't prove to be as deadly as it could have been, but still Bo Jackson's going to have to be sharper on this next possession, especially trying to prove that he is this #1 starter.
Well, we saw just how close this competition was in camp and how quick it can flip, because there's going to be a short leash because Coach Anderson, he needs the guys out there to do their job, and he wants to win. And Skylar Hunter is definitely going to be ready to go in at any point, and he's going to be ready to prove himself as well.
Blakita and Hager back there for a second time here, probably earlier than they wanted to be back there, given how quickly that first possession ended. But Shamrocks will take the fact that their defense held the Big Reds to a 3-and-out, even though it resulted in 3 points.
Ahmed Bosik cues it up from the 40-yard line. Kick is a line drive, and Hager will make the catch in the end zone for a touchback. And back out to the 20-yard line is Bo Jackson and the Shamrocks offense.
Bo Jackson will take the unit out there. For this first possession, it'll be Hager in the backfield.
Jackson will line up under center for the first time tonight. Motions, Davey takes the snap. Give us to Hager. Hager, little running room, and he's going to pick up a yard on first down.
Yeah, and this offensive line, I mean, 5 new starters, so we do not know what it looks like. And we honestly don't know if that's going to be a struggle this year. But a lot of new starters hoping can put it together on the fly here.
Yeah, the run attack was so crucial last year. Big games from Evan Hager. Spencer Lyons was very impressive down at the goal line. And they're trying to establish it early, but 2 plays for a net gain of 0 yards on the run. Jackson hands off to Lyons here, and he is going to end up with a gain of about 2.
It's going to be 3rd and 6 here for the Shamrocks. We'll see if Bo Jackson can be a little more assertive than he was on his last one. He just overthrew it a little bit right into the hands of number 4, Rayshon Hester.
Once again on 3rd down, they go 4 wide receivers, trips to the right side. Derek Lee lined up at the top of the screen. Jackson takes the snap, looks left, throws short. Blakita over the middle, makes the catch, makes a man miss. Blakita has some space and gets to the sideline and pushed out of bounds at the 48-yard line. That's a 24-yard gain, and Brady Blakita has the Shamrocks close to midfield.
Yeah, Brady Blakita combines that route running with his speed and his agility. He could be very special this year for the Shamrocks.
Definitely. They spot it back at the 45.
And the first completion of Bo Jackson's Shamrock career is a very good one as he finds Brady Blakita and waits in the pocket.
They rush it. Lyons up the middle, and he's able to brush off some arms and pick up 5 yards. He gets to midfield. And CC starting to put together a solid drive here in the first.
It's a lot more like how they wanted that first drive to go. But Bo Jackson looks like he's starting to get a little more comfortable out there.
They give Lyons 6 yards on that play. Sets up a 2nd down at 4. 7:45 to play here in the first quarter. Jackson in the shotgun, Lyons to his right. Takes the snap, gives to Lyons again. Lyons finds a hole, breaks a tackle, gets past the chain, and picks up the 1st down. Nice block out in front by Benny Azuka.
Will be 1st and 10 at the Big Reds 45. And given how impressive Jake Matigan has been this year, we're getting very close to his range.
Yeah, we saw him hit from up to 55 yards in the offseason. Definitely a leg. Moscone last year had quite the leg too. Jackson on the screen pass finds Blakita. Blakita spins off a tackle and picks up 7 more yards. And this Shamrock drive is going in the right direction. After a slow start on the first 5 plays, CC has now made it 4 plays in a row where they are moving quite significantly down the field.
Yeah. This is more of the Big Reds defense that we saw last year. If you put the ball in the right place, you can definitely get some yards against them. And they'll start, once they start getting their press coverage.
The ball is out, and another turnover. Cameron Frazier, the senior linebacker captain, and on the stop. That was a botched snap. Tannen and Jackson were not on the same page there, and Chippewa Valley is going to eliminate the threat. Catholic Central moving down the field with some force right there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was the snap or the transition that really popped the ball out, but either way, it's Big Reds football, and 2 possessions, 2 turnovers for the Shamrocks.
Right.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Andrew Schuster in the Big Red offense. Shamrocks held them to 3 points on 3 offensive plays last time.
Schuster takes the snap and gives. And Hawkins hit hard at the line of scrimmage and brought down Aiden Lemieux. And Beckler-Hauser are in there on the stop. The run attack has proved to be very limited so far for Chippewa Valley. CC's front 7 doing a great job getting in there and stopping them just after the line of scrimmage.
Hawkins is the back again. 3 wide receivers set for the Big Reds.
Schuster in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Play fake. Throws short. Pass is caught by Shamar Hurd, and Cam Lloyd is there to greet him. Another short gain, and that sets up 3rd and medium here for Chip Valley. Saw Shamar Hurd last year take a kickoff back to the house.
Yeah, the Big Reds were getting whatever they wanted done on offense last year.
Yeah, very high-scoring, fast-paced game. Declan Bile with 2 long touchdown passes. Cephas Harris with 4. Schuster, low snap, recovers, looks over the middle, and finds Hurd again. And that's going to be inside Catholic Central territory, leaping Jack Davis. And Hurd with back-to-back receptions here about midway through this first quarter.
Yeah, and a 10-yard play there on 3rd and 5 is not what you're looking for on the Shamrocks D. A little too soft there, and Hurd found the hole in the zone. Cash Shaw is the back for Chippewa Valley. 4 receivers out wide.
Schuster in the gun. Screen pass goes back to Hurd, who makes the catch, makes Lloyd miss, and is swarmed by Hauser and Blakita on the far sideline at the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 7 yards. But Schuster has proven to be very effective so far. He's completed all 4 of his passes.
Yeah, Schuster's look very comfortable out there, especially on this drive. Shamrocks D's got a lockdown here. As you mentioned, I'm Basic is one of, if not the best kicker in the state. You do not want to get any closer if you're going to hold them down to no points on this possession.
Schuster takes the snap, fakes the give. He'll keep it himself. And Beckler, Hauser, and Aiden Lemieux in there on the tackle.
Yeah, the refs are motioning. That'll be a first down for Chippewa Valley.
They give him the first down.
Will be at the 32-yard line with the new set of chains.
Ethan Neep checks into the game, the fullback. And still Cash Shaw out there in the backfield. Lanier and Hurd line up at the bottom of the screen, and Jameer Martin at the top.
Yeah, Hurd has been Schuster's favorite target here. Wouldn't be surprised.
They give this to Cash, and he gets to the 27-yard line, 26-yard line.
Yeah, and he had a hole, but Cam Lloyd made a very nice tackle there to prevent that from being a first down. It'll be 2nd and short.
Chippewa slowly kind of chunking away down the field, getting kind of what they want right now.
Yeah, Shamrock's got to clamp down.
3 wide receiver set. Cash Shaw in the backfield again. Schuster, low snap. Play fake. Looks for it and finds Lanier inside the red zone. That's to the 11-yard line.
Yeah, so Lanier now, that's his 2nd reception. That one there for 15 yards. And the Big Reds are in the red zone for the first time tonight. Big Reds dangerously close to getting a double-digit lead here.
Yeah, CC was impressive in the red zone the first time around. Schuster rushes up under center for the audible. Stands under center. Shaw in the backfield. They give it to him, and instantly, oh, he breaks the tackle. But nowhere for him to go. Kyle Roberts made up for that. I think that was Hauser who got into him first.
Kyle Roberts has been in the right spot a couple times already tonight. The senior edge rusher did not get a lot of playing time last year, but he is looking to step up into his new role.
Yeah, he played that in some 2 tight end sets last year alongside Connor Cohan, but we're seeing him morph into a 2-way player that Dan Anderson wants. You know, on defense, being that run stopper, and on offense, being that run and pass blocker. And he's a big body. He's going to put you into the ground.
Schuster takes the 2nd down snap.
Pressure comes. He escapes. And Spencer Lyons hits him at the 10. Makes up for the loss on first down and a couple more.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and 8 or 3rd and 9 here. No, 3rd and 8. This is a big play for both teams. Big Reds trying to get into the end zone. The Shamrocks trying to make a huge stop after another turnover by their offense.
Power back. Tight end. Stephen Boris comes in, and Chippewa Valley, that's Merchant burning his 2nd time out of the half, as the 3rd down play in the red zone is crucial.
And we'll see if those timeouts come into play later in the half. But the Shamrocks are doing what they want, making the Chippewa Valley coach burn them. That's his 2nd in this first quarter. We'll take a quick break.
All right, third down play, crucial here in the red zone. CC's going to go with 5 on the line here. 3 wide receiver set to the right side. And Darren Hawkins in the backfield. Schuster in the shotgun, takes the snap. Looks, pressure comes from Hauser, fires, and Cam Lloyd able to get a hand on the ball. A great play for the junior defensive back.
Yeah, pressure from a couple Shamrocks there, including Beckler Hauser, who was in the face of Andrew Schuster. He made an accurate throw, but Cam Lloyd jumped in front of it, and it's 4th down as Ahmed Basic will come on to try to make it a 6-0 Big Red lead.
Great call coming out of the timeout by Coach Mack to bring the pressure, bring the blitz, and force Schuster to throw his first incompletion of the game. 5 for 6 with 32 yards here in the first quarter. Ahmed Basic hit from 30 earlier in the game. And he is perfect once again. 6-0 Big Reds in the first quarter. We will step aside for a quick break as the kickoff teams get set. Kickoff teams lined up. As we see Cam Lloyd head back in that second returner. Hager is on the sideline for this kickoff. Chippewa Valley with 2 pretty solid drives off the turnovers. Defense has been more impressive than the offense thus far, but Ahmed Basic has nailed 2 field goals, and that is where we stand at 6-0. And this kickoff is to the 1-yard line. Brady Blakita will field it from there. Takes it out right, makes a man miss. Blakita up the sideline and is going to give CC their best starting field position of the game. A 34-yard kick return, which puts them at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, the Shamrock defense has so far bailed out the offense with 2 red zone stops forcing field goals. Bo Jackson's going to have to start to turn it on.
And I believe Skylar Hunter was in the huddle originally, and he just got pulled out. I did not see Bo Jackson in the huddle. He is in there now. And maybe some communication issues with Coach Glenn right there. Hager is the back with Davey and Johnson lined up out wide. Johnson goes in motion. The give is to Hager. Finds a seam right side. Stiff arms down the sideline. Hager with a burst of speed. Down the sideline 30, 25, 20, 15. Breaks the tackle. Touchdown, Shamrocks! Evan Hager, 65 yards on the first play of the drive. And Catholic Central has tied it up at 6.
A big hole was made by Rob Weirs-Bickey and Cal Rutherford. Evan Hager went right through the hole and never looked back. 65 yards down the right sideline. Shamrocks an extra point away from taking the lead.
That's that 60-yard dash speed. Evan Hager, the Alabama baseball commit, finding his hole like he did last year and accelerating all the way to the house. And now the sophomore kicker, Jake Matigan, out to give the Shamrocks their first lead tonight.
That's why those red zone stops by the Shamrock defense were so crucial, even with the offense's early errors. It kept them in the game.
Blakita botches the snap, looks to throw, and tried to find Derek Lee, as this has just been a disaster in forms of snaps. We saw a fumbled snap earlier, and now the hold is no good, and we will have to wait to see who will take the lead next. Catholic Central knots it up at 6 on the Evan Hager 65-yard run. We'll take a quick break. Well, on Catholic Central's first 10 plays tonight, they moved the ball 40 yards, turned the ball over twice, and scored 0 points. But play number 11, Evan Hager, puts 6 points on the board and moves it 65 yards down the field. We're tied up at 6. First quarter, 46 seconds left to play, and Jake Matagan will kick off for the first time tonight.
Thought we were going to see his first field goal / extra point attempt of the year, but another bad snap by the Shamrocks. We'll see. That has been a problem, as you pointed out. Something they're going to have to clean up.
Shamar Hurd, dangerous kick returner, back to receive for the Big Reds. Tagan lines it up and sends a short kick. He does not want to kick it to Hurd. This one bounces in front of the 20-yard line and wrapped up immediately. That was Jaden Pyden, the sophomore, in on the stop. And he pins the Chippewa Valley Big Reds deep into their own territory here.
And Darren Hawkins caught that bounce at the 10, but only got it about 6 yards further, as that's where Andrew Schuster and the Big Reds will start up for their third possession after scoring a field goal on their first 2.
2 generous starts in terms of field position for the Big Reds tonight. And CC has done a very nice job holding the Big Reds on offense. And they have a chance to pin them back deep in their own territory here, maybe force a turnover, generate good field position for themselves.
Jack Davis, the lone safety here, 4 on the line for the Shamrocks.
They give it to Shaw, finds a hole right side, and Genrich is able to bounce off the blocker and make the tackle. Gain of about 5 yards there for Shaw.
Now, here's the potential shot play for the Big Reds. Second and short, even though it's in their own territory, they might want to look deep and test the Shamrock secondary.
And we will end the first quarter as we wind down the time here, 6-6.
Take a quick break.
We're actually going to stay on here as CC honoring a legend of somewhat here at the school, Mr. Greg Normandin, class of 1978, the second out of 3 now band directors in school history. And we want to thank him for his 40 years of service as the director of the Shamrock Marching Band.
40 years, the incredible job Mr. Normandin did with his time as the band director. We will pass on the keys to the band room to Mr. Bonathan. Started the class of 07, starting his first year here. And it is crazy that in the entire history of Catholic Central, Mr. Bonathan will be the third band director.
That would be called a fumble. I'll take a water. These are on this team's account.
No, I'm good. I said, oh.
It's good so far. Knock on wood.
And Chippewa Valley here will flip sides of the field. Schuster will start in the gun. Cameron Petaway and Shamar Hurd out to the right side. Corser creeps in, rushes, and that's Shaw, or excuse me, that Krasnicki able to get the first down. He picked up just about 2 yards there,
Yeah,
and he'll move the chains.
Looks like on his first burst he didn't get there, but he found second burst while getting held up by the Shamrock D. It's a first down at the 28-yard line.
Schuster in the gun again. Another give to Krasnicki, who goes left side. Able to find a hole until Jack Davis and Kyle Roberts are able to pull him down. Another solid gain of 6 yards for Krasnicki there.
Early on in the second quarter here, tied in a 6-6 game. A couple Shamrock turnovers caused 6 points for the Big Reds after the Shamrock D held them to field goals. But Catholic Central was led by Evan Hager, who one play 65-yard drive as he took it down the right sideline.
This give is to Hawkins, and he is met at the line of scrimmage. Short gain of a half yard there. CC's front seven once again doing their best to keep Chippewa Valley's rushing attack in check here. And now, third down has been a very crucial down so far. Chippewa Valley is 1 for 3. They converted a 3rd down and 10 in their own territory after that fumble, but they had to kick field goals when they did not convert those 2 third downs in the red zone. Cam Lloyd will line up out wide, snap. Schuster looks left, fires, pass is caught. That's Deshaun Lanier again. Genrich brings him down, but it's a 1st down for Chippewa Valley.
Yeah, Schuster's 2 favorite receivers today have been Hurd and Lanier. They each have 3 receptions, 21 yards for Hurd and 18 yards for Lanier. Darren Hawkins is the back for Chippewa Valley.
Schuster in the gun, takes the snap, fakes, throws long, got a man deep. It's Hurd who makes the catch, and it's hit hard by Brady Blakita, but Chippewa Valley has their longest offensive play tonight.
I believe Hurd was guarded by Cam Lloyd, and Hurd just outright had more speed than Cam Lloyd. Brady Blakita saved a touchdown there as he was tracking the ball, just not close enough to make the play.
He beat Lloyd to the inside right there.
A big play for the Big Reds, and they're inside the Catholic Central 30.
We have the official here making a call, and looks like we're all good. Got Petaway lined up at the bottom of the screen with DiBucci in the slot. Schuster, give. There's Hawkins, able to get free of Beckler Hauser, and Jack Davis instead brings him down just outside the 20-yard line. Chippewa Valley perhaps putting together their best drive tonight.
Yeah, an 8-yard gain there for Hawkins after 2 carries for 6 yards before. Now, I know I've said this a couple times, but Schuster's probably going to be looking end zone here. Hurd has gotten a lot of separation already. Lanier has been solid as well. Wouldn't be surprised if Schuster looks for one of those 2 on an end zone shot on this play.
They're going to go 2 tight end set here with Darren Hawkins in the backfield. 2 wide receivers lined up. Wide left, that's Lanier and Petway. Schuster in the gun. 2nd down and 3 from the CC 22-yard line. Gives to Hawkins, and Javon Massey pancakes Hawkins at the 25, making his presence felt here, and now it sets up another crucial 3rd down, loss of 3 yards. It makes it 3rd down and 6.
That was a huge play for Javon Massey, just getting right past the interior of that Big Red offensive line and bringing down Hawkins in the backfield, turning a 2nd and short into a 3rd and medium.
Shamar Hurd checking back into the game. He'll be in the slot. Him and Cam Lloyd will be a fun matchup to watch, as we saw Cam Lloyd make a crucial pass deflection in the red zone earlier in this game, but we saw Hurd beat Lloyd earlier in the drive. But Hurd will go down, and we have Coach Merchant calling his final timeout on another 3rd down in CC territory. 3rd time's the charm. That's what they say. We'll be back here in about 30 seconds.
We're back here for this third down play, and the Shamrock student section, which is one of the biggest we've seen in our tenure here, may be playing a factor in this game. Scott Merchant has used all 3 of his timeouts in this first half with still 7:27 left in the second quarter. Maybe the student section is playing a factor there.
Yep, and they will go with the 3 wide receiver set here. Schuster fakes. Hauser coming off the edge. Short pass is completed. Blakita and Davis combine on the stop, and they have him 2 or 3 yards short of the first down marker here, and this looks to be another field goal situation here. Or perhaps Merchant rolls the dice here and sees if he can get 6 points. The field goal unit. Oh, looks like that's not Amit Bosick. I think this is going to be a Wildcat short yardage here, and like Mr. O'Brien makes the point next to me, they have no timeouts.
Yeah, so they're going quick as that play clock is starting to run down. Merchant taking a shot given the fact that their previous 2 trips only gave 3 points each.
6 on the line for CC. Schuster takes the handoff, gives Hawkins right side, and he's brought down. Beckler, Hauser, and Braden Corster combine on the 4th down stop, and Catholic Central will take over.
That senior linebacking duo is going to be fun to watch this year as both of them get past the offensive line of Chippewa Valley. First down, Catholic Central. That'll be a turnover on downs.
And you got to use the momentum to your advantage here. And Skylar Hunter is into the game at quarterback. We knew this was going to be a factor here. Skylar Hunter has entered the game at the quarterback position. We saw Bo Jackson for the first 12 minutes of this game. Hunter gets his shot now. Hager in the backfield. Hunter in the gun, takes the handoff, gives to Hager, finds another seam. Hager up the middle, and he's got 12 more yards of first down. Referee took a spill there. Hager makes sure he's okay.
The training camp battle between Hunter and Jackson had just been so close that we didn't even know who was going to start until they announced it today at the assembly. The Shamrocks are probably going to be testing them out, especially first game of the year, checking what both of them do in the game situations and seeing who shows more leadership out on the field.
Yeah, and I made the point earlier in the week on a news broadcast that, you know, this could be a potentially 2 QB role here. Something like J.J. McCarthy and Cade McNamara, or like Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo, that the Shamrocks are going to have to use here as we have a false start here. First penalty flag of the game.
Fortunately, that can be a byproduct of using multiple quarterbacks. The signals can get mixed up, and false starts are very common in 2 quarterback sets.
So that moves it to a first down and 15 from the 29-yard line.
Yep, got it. Thank you. I had to make sure I got that right. First and 50 from the 29. The clock is rolling. You got to stop for the.
Hunter to take the snap on first down.
That was a tough one.
Keeps it himself and tries to shake loose and does. Hunter able to find the sideline, and he's got some steep down the sideline. Hunter is going to get all the way into Big Red territory. A burst of speed you just did not think was going to happen there, and he's able to pick up almost 30 yards on the quarterback keeper.
That is the upside of Skylar Hunter in the backfield. He is so mobile, such a dual threat quarterback. I mean, the fact that he could, as he comes out of the game right now, he looked like he would lose about 5 yards on that play.
I like the way Coach Anderson is using this duo right now. Hunter got his 2 plays and was able to turn it into almost 45 yards combined with him and Hager's 2 runs. Jackson will go under center now. Davey and Blakita bunched up to the right. Turns and hands off Spencer Lyons. Able to push himself forward and gain about 5 yards there. Another positive play. Zion Tinnen and Bryce Porter leading the charge from the offensive line. And now Bo Jackson comes out, and in goes Skylar Hunter. No, it looks like we got a Wildcat here. Never mind.
Both Hager and Lyons in the backfield.
We did see this Wildcat group run a few plays last season.
Also have Jaden Pyden in at fullback.
Braden Corster comes running in. Looks like they're going to stack the box here. Looks like, Pyden did play quarterback for the freshman team last year. He's going to line up behind center. Motions Corster, we got a full house set here. Corster motions to the right side. Pyden takes the snap, gives it to Lyons. Lyons finds a hole up the middle. Lyons breaking a tackle. and he is going to end up at the 20-yard line for a 19-yard gain.
As Bo Jackson comes in the game, the senior running back tandem of Spencer Lyons and Bo Jackson. We saw him last year. The upside, just two different skill sets in the guys, and both of them have a knack for getting in the end zone.
Yeah, Catholic Central here just about 20 minutes into this game, already up to 139 yards on the ground, 76 to Hager, 35 to Lyons, 28 to Skylar Hunter. Wayne Johnson comes in motion here on the first down play. Jackson gives it to Hager. Hager sheds a tackle, and it's wrapped up by Cameron Frazier. Short gain for Hager.
Be about 2nd and 5 here. Looks like Bo Jackson will stay in the game. I do agree with you. I like how Coach Anderson is just trying out different things with these quarterbacks. None of them have really any varsity experience. It's good to see him trying to see who fits best with this scheme.
He has shown early on that he is eager and ready to open up the playbook right from the get-go. 3 different formations here with 3 different quarterbacks.
Nico Genrich on the bottom of the screen.
Jackson
single
rolls
coverage.
out, and he is hit hard and dropped in the backfield. That's Darren Hawkins. We saw him get some yards at running back early in the game, and now he's coming off the edge and making a sack. That is going to go for minus 10 yards here.
That's too bad because Nico Genrich was in single coverage on the bottom of the screen, and he was wide open in the end zone. Just no time for Bo Jackson there. Might have been a blown play on the offensive line.
Jackson in the game here, 4 wide receiver set. That's Derek Lee, Nico Genrich, Connor Davey, and Brady Blakita's in the slot with Hager in the backfield. Blakita comes in motion. Jackson takes the snap, handoff to Hager. Hager finds little running room to the left and is going to pick up about 3 yards to the 22-yard line. And Jake Matagan is going out to try and knock down his first career field goal here as a Shamrock. 40 yards.
Blakita will look to have a cleaner hold than he did last time.
From the left hash, Blakita the holder, Kyle Roberts the long snapper, Jake Matagan the kicker. To give CC their first lead of the 2022 season. Snap's good, hold is good this time. Matagan from 40 yards out, and that kick is right on through. Big kick for the sophomore, and CC has taken a 9-6 lead here in the second quarter. 2:05 to play. We'll take a short break, and Chippewa Valley will get to run their 2-minute offense when we come back.
Matagan out to kick it off for the Shamrocks after their second scoring drive there. Nice march on the field, kind of stalled once they got close to the red zone, but Matagan knocking down a clutch 40-yard field goal to take a 9-6 lead for the Shamrocks.
And Matagan boots this one short again. They're keeping it away from Shamar Hurd, and the fair catch is called for by Jordan Byers. I don't think he thought he made the fair catch signal, but it was apparent to us up here in the booth. And Chippewa Valley will start at the 25-yard line.
I think everybody realized that was a fair catch, except for Jordan Byers. Schuster in to try to orchestrate a two-minute drill here. Sorry.
And they're going to start with 4 wide receivers. We're going to see this set a lot here. Chris Nicky is the lone running back. Trips wide receiver set to the bottom of the screen with only 2 DBs on here. Hauser's going to have to play coverage. Pass is swatted down at the line of scrimmage. That's Josh Ross off the edge. He got a hand on it right there.
That's been one of the brighter spots for the Shamrock defense has been the edge rushers. Kyle Roberts made a couple plays in the first quarter, and they're a nice play from Josh Ross.
So Jameer Martin, Evan DiBucci, and Shamar Hurd are the wide receivers in the bunch set. And that's Deshaun Lanier at the top of the screen, guarded by Genrich, excuse me. Schuster takes the snap. JoJo Massey slams him to the ground. And Massey with his second stop in the backfield. This one is a quarterback sack. And a loss of 7 yards brings up 3rd and long as Coach Anderson is going to burn his first timeout here.
Now it's looking like the Shamrocks might have another shot on offense as it's 3rd and 15 here.
Chippewa Valley's offensive line has not been holding up here. Coach Anderson, he's seeing how quick his offense is moving down the field as of late, and he wants to get some points before halftime. But it starts here on 3rd and 15. You cannot let Shamar Hurd, you cannot let Deshaun Lanier get open.
It's a big play for the Shamrock defense. You want to, at all costs, do not allow a first down here and give your offense a chance to extend their lead before the half.
CC plays this 4-3 defense. They like to stack the box on 3rd down, but I think you can play it safe here. Not playing press coverage. Schuster takes a snap, looks for Hurd, instead throws short. Catch is made by Jameer Martin, but his knee was down.
He was wide open, and that is huge for the Shamrocks as they're going to get the ball back with 1 timeout unless something crazy happens here.
Well, Scott Merchant has blown all 3 of his timeouts in the first half. They went for it on 4th down deep in CC territory. And now you have a 4th and short here in your own territory, but you risk turning the ball over and giving CC a short field to work with. Now keep in mind, Chippewa Valley does get the ball to start the second half here.
Yeah, and that combined with the fact of how well this front 7 has played for the Shamrocks, I don't think there's any reason to go for it here. Kick it off, hope your defense can make a stop, and then get the ball to start the next half.
Well, it looks like the offense has headed to the sideline, and Amit Bosick is out here to punt it away to Brady Blakita.
So there's a little bit of blown coverage on that last play as Cam Lloyd had lost the battle to Jamar Hurd, and Hurd had gotten past him.
Blakita was trying to play that help zone coverage to keep Chippewa Valley from getting that first down, and they end up fortunate as Jameer Martin had to go to one knee to secure the ball. Amit Bosick gets the snap here. It's a good punt. Blakita will field it from the 27-yard line, makes the fair catch, and that is where Bo Jackson will take over from.
This is going to be where we see how this young sophomore quarterback performs, or 2 sophomore quarterbacks, the way they've played so far. It's going to be a huge test early. 2-minute drill, 1:39 on the clock, and a 3-point lead.
All right, Bo Jackson in the shotgun with Spencer Lyons, the running back. Takes the snap, gives to Lyons. Lyons finds a hole up the middle, and CC's rush attack continues. Lyons plowing ahead for more yardage after contact and picking up 14 yards here on 1st down.
Clock won't start until the ball is placed down. 1:28 and counting here for Bo Jackson and the Shamrocks.
Derek Lee at the bottom of the screen, and then trip set to the top. Jackson gives to Lyons again. Lyons bouncing off defenders, still on his feet. Lyons plowing forward past the first down marker and picking up 11 more yards. What a showing in the first half from Evan Hager and Spencer Lyons.
It has taken 2 to 3 Big Red defenders to bring down Spencer Lyons on every carry tonight. Him and Evan Hager have just played so well. The Shamrocks rushing offense already over 150 yards.
171 to be exact. 167, excuse me, to be exact. As under a minute, Hager gets the handoff here, and Cameron Frazier in on the stop for Chippewa Valley. Coach Anderson with 1 timeout left. He's going to have to keep the no-huddle offense on the field. 40 seconds and counting. Now's where you got to take a shot and try and get some yardage here, because you're looking at about a 65-yard try right now. Jackson throws short, and that is nowhere near Derek Lee.
Yeah, and Derek Lee had beaten Kalen Shaw in coverage, but him and Jackson were just not on the same page. It'll be 3rd and 8 here for Catholic Central's offense with 29 to go in this first half.
Well, we could see Coach Anderson let Metagan take a deep field goal. I think that if you're going to have to set a target, it's going to have to be about the 33-yard line at the end of this drive. I think Anderson would let him take a field goal from just inside 50 yards. Now Jackson throws, and the catch is made by Derek Lee at the 40.
Yeah, so
it will stop the clock as he got out of bounds, but it's going to be 2 yards short, and I don't think CC has anything to lose here by going for it.
Yeah, as we mentioned, the longest we saw Metagan make from was 55, and that was even in practice under different conditions. I think it makes more sense to take a shot here, only 2 yards. There's only 20 seconds left. Not a lot of damage the Big Reds can do if they get the stop.
Yeah, from the 40, it'd be 57 yards, but instead CC keeps the offense out and goes for it. Jackson hands off Hager. Hager finds space, and this is exactly why. Finds the outside, stiff arming out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. Evan Hager showing that explosiveness off the edge once again, and CC's well within field goal range now with a chance about 2 or 3 plays to take a shot at the end zone.
Nowadays, you're not going to see as many teams running the ball this much in 2-minute drills, but just the way that Lyons and Hager are able to pick up yards, it's almost more efficient than the passing offense right now, especially with the inexperience at the quarterback spot.
Well, you can keep 1 play inside regulation, you don't have to go out of bounds on the first play here. They do have 1 timeout to burn. Pressure comes. Jackson looking for the end zone. Lee got it! Touchdown, Shamrocks! DJ Lee Jr., the transfer from Bloomfield Hills. And Bo Jackson has his first career touchdown pass. CC 15, Chippewa Valley 6.
Press coverage there from Caden Embry-Bailey. Derek Lee knew he could take him one-on-one. Beautiful throw from Bo Jackson. As you mentioned, his first career touchdown pass. 4 for 7 in this first half. A good start for him. The Shamrocks next point away from a double-digit lead.
Very exciting play right there. Time winding down. And Bo Jackson puts it on the money. Both Bo Jackson and DJ Lee picking up their first touchdowns as Shamrocks. And Metagan out to attempt the extra point. Snap good, hold good. Metagan is right down the middle. And CC takes a 16-6 lead. Just 11 seconds to play here in this first half. And the Shamrock Media Network will take a quick break. Well, we saw the pass there from Bo Jackson to DJ Lee, but just exemplifying how effective CC's run game has been so far as they near almost 200 yards on the ground here in just the first half. That's mostly thanks to that 65-yard run by Evan Hager and bunch of other chunk runs from Spencer Lyons. Matigan opts to kick it short once again. And Lanier will take it, and he is going to be tackled by Jaden Pyden, who makes his second tackle on this kickoff unit. And with just 7 seconds left, Chippewa Valley has maybe one shot play here or probably just take a knee.
And going back to that run game, even with that Evan Hager 65-yard run, it's just they've been getting 5 yards, 7 runs, 7 yards, 10 yards on these runs. I mean, 12.3 yards a carry with almost 200 yards is just incredible video game numbers out there.
Yeah. And we talked about Chippewa Valley, you know, not known for their defense, more known for that, you know, speed on the offense. And they'll have some work to do in the second half to make up this 10-point deficit. As we head into halftime, your Catholic Central Shamrocks with 16 and the Chippewa Valley Big Reds 6. We will come back in 10 minutes. Please enjoy the Shamrock Marching Band, presented to you by Mr. Bonahan.
We are joined by one of Catholic Central's most renowned alumnus, Mr. Greg Normandin, class of 1978. Through his 40 years of dedication to the instruction of thousands of fine young musicians, he has certainly made his mark on the culture of Catholic Central. He is joined tonight on the field by his wife, Carolyn. Please help us in celebrating and congratulating Mr. Normandin and his years of service. To open tonight's halftime show, we feature music from Kelly Clarkson. Watch and listen as the band performs her smash hit, Stronger. feature music from the techno group Cascada. Ladies and gentlemen, Every Time We Touch. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the Catholic Central High School Shamrock Marching Band. Scores from around the Catholic League tonight. In the second quarter, De La Salle 28, Renaissance no score. In the second quarter, Divine Child 21, Riverview 14. At the half, UD Jesuit 13, Oak Park 04. The Catholic League's Prep Bowl 50 will be held again this year at the home of the Detroit Lions, Ford Field, on Saturday, October 22nd. As always, this action-packed day will feature 2 league championship football matchups, teacher recognitions, reunion teams from 50 and 25 years ago, scholastic all-Catholic teams, pom-pommer teams, and much, much more. This great event is sponsored by the Knights of Columbus, Buddy's Pizza, Adidas, Top Cat Team Sales, EA Graphics, and Alliance Catholic Credit Union. This action-packed day of family entertainment and excitement awaits you at Ford Field. Tickets are available through the Catholic Central Athletic Department or your local Knights of Columbus Council. Since the 1920s, Adidas has been revolutionizing the sporting world with innovation and technology. With this, Adidas had one thing in mind: the athlete. They continue with that same philosophy today, tomorrow, and beyond. Coupled with quality service and tremendous attention to detail that Top Cat Team Sales can provide the Catholic League, you can feel assured your athletes are in good hands when it comes to athletics. Top Cat Team Sales features a full line of Adidas uniforms, apparel, footwear, and accessories to meet each coach's need for themselves, their athletes, and their fans. Top Cat Team Sales is owned and operated by Catholic League Hall of Fame member and longtime supporter, Mr. John Wangler. for more information. Call Matt Boltnick at 248-246-1054. Catholic Central would like to thank the following members of our Community Partners Program for their generous support. When you visit them, you are supporting Catholic Central. We want to thank the Core Institute team and Dr. Jeff Michelson for taking care of all of our orthopedic needs. Please support all of our community partners that financially support CC. If you or your business are interested in becoming a Catholic Central community partner, please call the CC Alumni and Advancement Office for more details. Thank you, and go Shamrocks! Ladies and gentlemen, the 50-50 jackpot is now at $850. The drawing will be held at the end of the third quarter, so you have 12 minutes left to make that jackpot larger. Please see a Dad's Club member.
All right, second half action, just about 2 minutes away here from getting underway in the second half. Chippewa Valley will receive the second half kickoff courtesy of Jake McTagan. For the first half, CC went with the rushing attack, really most of all. Bo Jackson, 4 for 7, 54 passing yards. That completion to DJ Lee for the touchdown to end the half. But also, a slow start, an interception, and a fumble on the first 2 possessions. But CC has scored 16 straight points. They've really stepped it up.
Yeah, it's been that run offense that has really carried the load, especially when Bo Jackson was struggling early on. Evan Hager with 8 carries for 106 yards and a touchdown. Spencer Lyons, 7 carries for 62 yards. Just all around. And Skylar Hunter came in for a play, 1 carry, 28 yards. All around, that offense has performed well so far, and they're going to look to turn it up another notch in the second half.
Yeah, for Chippewa Valley, Andrew Schuster hasn't exactly had a bad half. It's just been a kind of non-productive half. 9 for 11, 83 yards, no touchdowns, no turnovers for the Big Reds quarterback. And Chippewa Valley's run offense has been completely slowed by CC's front 7. Just 14 carries for 45 yards for Chippewa Valley.
Yeah, the 2 new edge rushing starters this year, and Josh Ross and Kyle Roberts, I feel they played really well in this first half. Beckler Hauser and Braden Corser, we expected great things from them, and they've just played extremely well so far.
And I also want to highlight Jovan Massey.
Yeah, Jovan Massey in the center already has 2 tackle for losses, especially on crucial downs.
Yeah. He's pushing them in the wrong direction, and
especially with those early turnovers from the Shamrocks, holding him to a field goal on each possession. It's got to be great. 16 straight points for the Shamrocks here as we look to start this second half.
Stadium lights shining bright here. Student section in full force. Thursday night football, complete atmosphere here at Catholic Central. We've added a few minutes to the timer, so in just about 2 minutes we'll be set for second half action. And we'd also like to share that your Shamrock varsity soccer team was able to come back from a 1-goal deficit and beat the Pilots of De La Salle 2-1. Goals to Ali Jafer and Drew Pearson. Shamrocks moved to 6-0 as they've allowed just 2 goals and scored 18. They are ranked #1 in the state.
Thanks for taking everything I was going to say, Josh. Soccer team has looked really good this year.
Football team has looked good for about 12 out of 24 minutes in this game.
Second half action coming right up.
Inside of the Catholic League, we heard the PA announcement at halftime. De La Salle leads 28-0. Brother Rice fell to Macomb, Dakota. That was a top 25 matchup. Brother Rice lost 21-7 to Macomb, Dakota. And here at CC, Catholic Central leads 16-6 over Chippewa Valley as we near the start of the second half, just about 50 seconds. So refs begin to take their positions, and the kickoff units gather at the side of the field. Going to be an exciting second half. Chippewa Valley has to continue that passing attack, though 4 wide receiver sets were working well. We saw Shamar Hurd beat Cameron Lloyd a few times. We saw Deshaun Lanier find a few gaps and convert a couple third downs. And for CC, you got to stick with the run. If it's not broke, don't fix it. And averaging 12.3 yards per carry for an entire game is definitely enough to get the win.
That defensive front 7, really front 8, the way they play for the Shamrocks has been really impressive. The people who need to step up is the secondary. Lanier and Hurd have been getting open all night.
For Chippewa Valley, the front 7 has been a disaster tonight. Cameron Frazier has been in there on a few stops, but for the most part, Chippewa Valley needs to crowd the box a little bit more and force Hager and Lyons to minimal gains here if they want a chance to win here in the second half.
Mategan will kick it off for the Shamrocks to start this second half.
Shamar Hurd and Kalen Shaw back deep to receive. Mategan squibs it here. And Shamar Hurd catches it in full force, makes a man miss, gets to the outside 40, cuts it back to the 44-yard line where Connor Davey makes a tackle that saves some more yardage there. And Chippewa Valley led out by Andrew Schuster. Pretty solid first half for him, 9 for 11, 83 passing yards. No touchdowns for the Chippewa Valley offense. They look to change that here. And they start with a 2 wide receiver, 3 wide receiver, and the running back is Krasnicki.
Schuster to take the snap here.
Not pressing coverage here. Schuster takes the snap, play fake, throws short, caught by Hurd. But he is going to have just a gain of 1 yard here as he slipped on the turf. Cameron Lloyd, the nearest defender here.
Yeah, good job there by Cameron Lloyd. Making sure that Hurd does not get any more than 1 yard there.
Hurd hauls in his 5th pass right there, 53 yards. And he has been the subject of about 7 or 8 targets tonight.
There's Nicky in the backfield again for Chippewa Valley.
Schuster in shotgun, takes the snap, looks left, throws short out of the backfield. Krasnicki makes the catch on the run and tries to bulldoze through Cam Lloyd. who sits him down right at midfield, a gain of 5. And it's a 3rd down and short, the critical down once again for Chippewa Valley. They are 2 for 5 tonight on 3rd downs.
I think it's the biggest play of the half, Josh.
Yeah, if Chippewa Valley wants to set the tone, they got to keep the chains moving here. You do not want a 3-and-out coming out of halftime. And for CC, got to keep the pressure up here. They love to blitz on 3rd down and short. Let's see what Coach Mack draws up here.
They got 4 wide, including trips on the bottom of the screen.
Corser creeps in to the edge spot and rushes. They bring 6. Hauser off the left edge, throw. And I think we have a false start here on the offensive line. I believe that was number 77, Matt Dresage, senior captain.
Now it'll be 3rd and long for Chippewa Valley, 3rd and about 9.
And 32 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Just getting underway here in the 2nd half. Chippewa Valley faced with a critical 3rd down here. CC got them to pre-snap movement here.
Again, trips on the right.
Schuster looks right. Throws short on the screen pass. Juggling catch made by Kalen Shaw out of the slot. And Jack Davis emerges from that free safety spot to wrap him down at the 49-yard line. Short gain of 4 yards. And that will see Chippewa Valley's punt unit come onto the field here. Just under 10 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter.
Good start for the Shamrocks there, 3-and-out on defense. We'll get to see Brady Blakita on punt return for the first time tonight. And as we saw on an earlier reception and on a kick return, he can just be explosive with the ball in the open field.
Yeah, he had a 34-yard kick return after Ahmed Basik's 2nd field goal, but you know, he has some elite speed as well. Another 2-sport athlete here. Booming punt, Ahmed Basik. Blakita moving up, and what a punt, a 50-yard punt. Goes from midfield to the end zone, and CC will start after the touchback at their own 20-yard line. It'll be Bo Jackson leading the Shamrocks out to start the 2nd half. Jackson, the shotgun here. It's over to the sideline. That's Nico Genrich lined up at the bottom, guarding him, Kalen Shaw. And you have Brady Blakita at the top. Coming in motion is Dwayne Johnson. Hager gets the run here, and that is Anthony Wright, bringing him down in the backfield for a loss. We'll give him no gain here.
One of the few times tonight that the Shamrock run offense has not gotten a lot. You have to imagine that was a point of emphasis in the Chippewa Valley halftime adjustments. We'll see if they're going to start putting more pressure, and maybe that'll allow Bo Jackson to make some more plays with his arm.
Hager, the running back again, trips to the right side. The give is to Hager again. He goes off tackle, right side, and a nice low tackle made there by Rayshawn Hester. And now it's a 3rd down and 5 here for Catholic Central. They face at their own 25-yard line. We're going to bring in the power group here. Pyden in at quarterback once again with this full house set with Braden Corser, Hager, and Lyons. Dwayne Johnson, the tight end, lined up at the bottom of the screen all by himself. The old pistol set, Pyden, handoff. Keeps it. Lyons gets the handoff there. And it's going to be for no gain here as Anderson's Wildcat offense here does not pay off. And Jake Matagan will come on to the field and punt it deep to the Big Reds.
And I know Catholic Central has young quarterbacks in. I am still surprised that they didn't try to throw the ball on that play. Even with how well the run offense had been working, just didn't really gain any ground on that possession.
Matagan short punt, biffed it, but it is going to take a Shamrocks bounce and land at the 46-yard line. Just a 19-yard punt for Matagan. Chippewa Valley will take over about where they punted it from on their 3-and-out. And with 7:23 to play, Andrew Schuster leads the Chippewa Valley Big Reds back out onto the field. It'll be Cash Shaw checking into the game as the running back, along with Kresnicki. Along with Ethan Neep.
Hurd and Petway at the bottom of the screen. I mean, Hurd has played very well so far for the Big Reds.
He's been Schuster's favorite target for sure. Schuster in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Gives it. There's Shaw up the middle. Finds some running room left side. And there's Jack Davis once again. I mean, that's Hager on the tackle, along with Jack Davis. That's a 9-yard gain for Shaw.
Almost halfway through this first quarter, we saw a couple early 3-and-outs from both sides. Sorry, third quarter. But looks like Chippewa Valley's going to have a real shot here in 2nd and 1. We'll see if they opt to play it safe or take a shot down the field.
Well, CC has really only stayed in this 4-3 set until 3rd down and short. And they give it to Shaw again. Cam Lloyd can't get him. Of course, they're trying to run him down and does. But that's a 1st down pickup. And they'll move the chains here, pick up a 13 yards for Cash Shaw.
Yeah, we didn't really see a lot of Cash Shaw running the ball earlier. But he has played well in the second half, at least on his first 2 carries. 2 carries, 23 yards.
Yeah, he's played within himself for sure. He's being more patient, letting the offensive line do the work in the 3rd quarter. And now this is where Chippewa Valley's offense has really stalled tonight. They've had 2 trips inside the red zone, and they've come away with 2 chip shot field goals. They're just outside that mark right now, but now's the time you got to get 6 points. If you're Scott Merchant and Andrew Schuster. Schuster takes the snap, gives to Shaw a 3rd time in a row, and Shaw cuts back and finds a small hole, picks up 3 yards.
That's where CC's defense really needs to lock down, as they did early in the first quarter on a couple red zone trips by the Big Reds. Don't really want them to score points here. You want to keep that 10-point lead for your offense.
All runs on this drive, no passes yet.
Yeah. Is that legal? Don't care?
5:22 to play. Schuster in the gun. Low snap, takes it, looks, throws short. That's Hawkins out of the backfield. Good block up ahead, made by Petway. And that's going to be another 1st down gain, taking it inside the 12-yard line. And they have entered the red zone once again. Continuously moving the chains. Schuster now 13 for 15.
It's been very efficient so far.
Three wide receivers set here. They're coming with a 6 offensive linemen. Hawkins is the running back. Schuster in the gun. And we have movement here. False start. I think that's on Lanier at the top. Penalties just kill you in the red zone here, and Chippewa Valley still searching for that 1st touchdown.
Yeah, that's huge. That is huge for Catholic Central. Now 1st and 15. It's going to change the way that Chippewa Valley approaches this series.
We're going to send the trips wide receiver set to the left side and bring the tight end Boris to the right. Hawkins is the running back. You got press coverage on the outside here. Schuster in the gun. Pressure comes. Hauser hits him. Throw to the end zone is incomplete. Cameron Lloyd once again getting his hand in there and knocking it free at the last second. Lanier had him beat at the back shoulder, but Cam Lloyd with one of the best recoveries we've seen. I mean, that was a touchdown until Cam Lloyd got there at the last second.
Yeah, Lloyd got beat right away, but he did not give up on the play to his credit. He made a very nice play.
And Cam Lloyd's pass deflection there set up by Beckler-Hauser, coming hard off the edge and making Schuster release it as soon as he had the ball in his hands after the snap. 2nd down and 15 now for the Big Reds.
For the most part, since that first drive, Chippewa Valley has stayed with the same 5 skill position players. Petway, Lanier, and Hurd at receiver, along with Boris at tight end and Hawkins at running back. But they have had some mixed runs from Cash and Krasinski.
End around play here. Here's Hurd off the edge. Flags fly as he finds a little bit of running room, picks up 3 yards, but this play might not stand.
It might be illegal formation or offside. That's my guess. Hopefully it's illegal formation. Hopefully there were 6 guys lined up on the line of scrimmage. Come on. Give it to us.
CC,
They're coming over to us to ask
CC is going to ask, refs are going to ask CC if they want to accept or decline the penalty. This could push Chippewa Valley to the brink of being out of field goal range. Or do they want the 3rd down and long? It's like illegal.
They're going to accept the penalty to try to kick.
I think either way you play that, you
Yeah.
know, you're getting what you want. Either you push them back or you get a 3rd down and long.
I think the fact that the defense read that end around so well doesn't really make sense. It makes it a tough decision, is what I should say.
So 2nd down and 20, this time from the 22-yard line. They're going to have to get right inside the 2-yard line for the 1st down and goal. Schuster out of the gun, takes the snap, coming off the edge. Kyle Roberts forces the fumble, and no one's on the ball, and it's picked up and recovered by the Shamrocks. Braden Corser! The ball was on the ground for a few seconds, and the Michigan man coming out of nowhere and scooping it up. And Schuster's first turnover of the game is a costly one down in the red zone.
Mentioned at the half how well these edge rushers have played for Catholic Central. Kyle Roberts with his first sack of the year, knocking the ball free, and after a while of it being on the ground, Braden Corser picks it up. A touchdown-saving tackle from the offensive lineman.
I don't think Roberts knew he initially jarred it loose because he was looking on the ground for the quarterback, and there was the football bouncing on the ground. And Corser luckily saw it and scooped it up. And now Bo Jackson takes over and hands off to Hager. And Hager is brought down, 5-yard gain. As CC's rushing attack continues to be prominently strong here.
Spencer Lyons comes into the game for the Shamrocks. Bo Jackson is staying at quarterback.
I think Evan Hager's being checked out here. He got hit pretty hard in the head. The ref was signaling towards Coach Anderson. Perhaps maybe a jersey malfunction. Regardless, Jackson takes the snap, and I think Chippewa Valley is onto the CC running attack as Lions lost a yard on the 2nd down play right there.
Yeah, after about 200 yards in the first half, you had to know Chippewa Valley was going to adjust. We're going to have to see if the Shamrocks are going to start throwing the ball a little bit more. It'll be Genrich, Davey, and Blakita out wide along with tight end Dwayne Johnson.
Jackson looks, throws short. Lyons has running room to the right side, and he's going to get to the sideline just before the 1st down marker, and they're going to give him the 1st down, it looks like. So Spencer Lyons with a 6-yard grab out of the backfield. Nice swing pass there from Bo Jackson, well executed, and CC keeps the chains moving here.
Yeah, good fake the defense out well there. Made him think he was going to go towards the left a little bit deeper, and swung it out to Spencer Lyons. who had only one man to beat, and he beat him long enough to get the first down.
And for the first time tonight, we see Cam Lloyd checking in at the running back position, and he's going to get the carry here. Lloyd finds space. Lloyd is gone down the sideline. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Catholic Central.
Oh, no,
and
he
the ball
fumbled.
came out. Did he cross the plane to the goal line? Ref signaling touchback. We have commotion in the south end zone. Darren Hawkins recovers it in the end zone, and we have a touchback.
That is I do not agree with that call. Cam Lloyd was 3 yards into the end zone before the ball was knocked out.
I did not believe what I'm seeing right now. Wow, Cam Lloyd showing the speed, finding the gap, and taking it 58 yards to the half-inch line. And just a bad beat for the Shamrocks here, as Chippewa Valley will take over at the 20-yard line.
College football, NFL football, even more prominent high school football, that's a touchdown after instant replay. That is unfortunate for the Shamrocks, as Cam Lloyd made a really nice cut, getting all the way to the end zone. Touchdown taken off the board.
I believe that was Darren Hawkins who had to track speed all the way up to catch up with Lloyd. And he was able to make the play, as now Chris Nicky gets the carry on first down, picks up 2 yards. Stop made by Aiden Lemieux. Wow. Well, Cam Lloyd just bolstering that Shamrocks run offense once again, showing that CC is going to run the ball and pound the ground all game long. But now second down for Schuster. Takes the snap, looks, throws in the middle of Corser and Lyons and to his intended receiver, Lanier. And now third down and 8.
Shamrocks trying to make a big stop here after the turnover. We'll see. Have to guess they're gonna look towards Hurd here in the slot. He's gotten a lot of targets so far.
Yes, Hurd plays in the slot with Petaway at the top of the screen and Jameer Martin checking in at the bottom of the screen. Chris Nicky remains in the game as the lone running back, and you have Boris as the tight end, or the 6 offensive linemen here for Chippewa Valley. Schuster in the gun, takes the snap, looks left, pressure comes, throws, finds his man, that's Lanier, and he's swarmed by 4 or 5 Catholic Central defenders. Forward progress stops at the 35-yard line, gain of 13. That's a first down for Chippewa Valley.
Shamrocks had a chance at a big stop there, but now it's 1st and 10 for the Big Reds at their own 34.
Chippewa Valley's going to have to make a dent here at some point here in the second half. Winding down on time in the third quarter. Pressure comes. Pass is caught by Lanier. Hager got his hand in on the ball there. And that's a first down. I thought it hit the ground, but
yeah.
It's another first down, so nearing midfield of the Big Reds. Still a 16-6 game. 29 seconds left to play in this third quarter. Schuster now up to 15 and 19 for 126 yards, and here you're going to have a penalty flags fly in. I think you're going to have an offsides here on Catholic Central. Looks like a gain of about 7 yards here.
They are talking to the
Looks like
Shamrock sideline.
false start.
It's going to be on Chippewa Valley, another penalty for the Big Reds.
Spencer Lyons is down on the field. He's slow to get up. Looks like a lower leg injury here. Ryan Schrammick checking in. Lyons is going to go down here, and here comes the trainer. That's a big blow. I mean, this is a two-way player. Lyons missed game action last season. It looks like maybe just a cramp or a lower leg injury here for Spencer Lions. Whatever it is, we will step aside here. 14 seconds left to play in the third quarter. 16-6 Catholic Central with the lead. And we momentarily come back to the game action here just to have the third quarter time run out. So through 3 quarters, Catholic Central maintains that 16-6 lead they had at halftime. We back in just about 30 seconds for the final 12 minutes of the season opener. You're watching Catholic Central football on the Shamrock United Network. All right, we flip the field one more time here. Fourth quarter action. We're ready to go. Chippewa Valley starts with a 1st and 15 from their own 41-yard line. Low snap, Schuster rolling out, throwing for it all. Has a man, and once again, it's Cam Lloyd with his 3rd pass breakup of the night, getting in there and knocking it free from Shamar Hurd, who had him beat in the slot.
Cam Lloyd has held his own here against very talented wide receiver in Shamar Hurd. 3 pass defended. Great season opener for Cam Lloyd. Would have been a lot better if he had gotten that touchdown earlier, but still, he's played very well tonight.
2nd down and 15, 11:55 to play in this one. Schuster takes the snap, gives it to Hawkins. JoJo Massey had him by the toe, and he's able to get back to the 45-yard line. Darren Hawkins pick up a 4. And 3rd down is here once again for the Big Reds. Huge play for both sides. CC going with the dime package here. Josh Root checks into the game. Talked to him all week about how he's ready for his matchup with Kalen Shaw in the slot. 3rd down and 11. Schuster takes the snap. Looks. Throws right side. Pass is caught by Petaway, but Brady Blakita is able to keep him inbounds and short by 1 yard. A 10-yard gain by Petaway. And now this is a must-go for it here. 4th and 1 for Coach Merchant and the Big Reds.
Yeah, a little under 11 to go, down by 10 here, and you're in opposing territory. Only about 3/4 of a yard, about 2 feet there. There's no reason not to go for it for the Big Reds.
Looks like Chippewa Valley sending in that power unit. And CC sends in senior linebacker Henry Gaves. They're going to stack the box here. Schrammick's up in front. 8 guys out in front. Corser leads them in the center. Schuster takes a snap. Give. Left side. And there's Nash. Shaw to the outside. 10-5. Shoestring tackle by Hager. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 1 yard line. A gain of 44 yards as he found the hole to the left side and then made a cutback. And we have Evan Hager is down on the field and Courser signaling over. This is not a good situation for Catholic Central.
Yeah, Spencer Lyons has already left the game and he has not returned. This is a devastating blow.
Hager can't even put pressure on his left foot.
He looks to be in a lot of pain.
That is not good. Catholic Central's leading rusher tonight and last season, Evan Hager, down on the field. We'll have an update here in just a little bit. We're going to take a break for an injury timeout. A good sign for Catholic Central as Evan Hager was able to get up and run off the field with the trainer. And now Chippewa Valley is within walking distance, striking distance here, just 1 yard out.
Time for that.
They've had just about everything on this drive, a 4th down conversion, and now they put it together. They're at the 1 yard line, power back team. That's Kresnicki, Hawkins, and Nash in the game. And Hawkins twists his way into the end zone for a Chippewa Valley. Oh, never mind. Looks like he came in the end zone. This is a touchdown. Both line judges unable to signal at first, but the head ref here signals for a touchdown. So Darren Hawkins' 1 yard run brings Chippewa Valley closer here.
We do have a little bit of good news as Spencer Lyons looks close to returning to the game. He's on the sideline walking around, doesn't have his helmet on.
And Evan Hager with the athletic staff, with the training staff down below. He's on the athletic bed getting checked out right now. For Chippewa Valley, crucial extra point here for Amit Bosick. Good snap, good hold. Amit Bosick makes this within a field goal for Chippewa Valley.
Yeah, Spencer Lyons looks very close to returning to this game. Hopefully he'll be able to come back on this possession.
Well, in week 1 last year, we had Declan Bile throw for 260 yards, and the running attack have just 55 rushing yards. And it's an absolute polar opposite in week 1 this year, as Bo Jackson just 60 passing yards, while CC's running attack is up over 260 rushing yards. And so now 10 minutes here for CC. Probably the most important drive of the game up to this point for CC. You got to burn the clock, but you got to have a productive drive. You need points.
Yeah, this is going to be crucial for the Shamrocks. And some other good news, it looks like Evan Hager's walking around on the sideline. We'll see how cautious this coaching staff will be with Hager and Lyons on this possession. But both of them look ready to get into the game.
And Amit Bosick with a nice booming kick here. Blakita will field it at the end zone for a touchback. Hager is in the huddle here for the offense to go out onto the field. That's a much better sign than what we saw just a few moments ago when he was down on the sideline.
It did not look good for a moment there, but he is on the field right now, and Lyons looks ready to go in whenever his number is called. So Shamrocks look like they may have avoided major injury
to both running backs.
Yeah.
Jackson under center. The give is to Hager, and Chippewa Valley is continuing to rush 6 guys here. Cameron Frazier, and looks like Devontae Love were in there. And the question is, will Coach Anderson let Bo Jackson throw the ball here on a second or third down and long, or will he continue to eat at that clock?
I think with so much time left, you really need to play like you're trying to score a touchdown here. It's too early to start killing the clock, especially with only a 3-point lead.
And Jackson drops back on second down, looks for DJ Lee, and that pass was read right from the start by Kalen Shaw, who's able to knock that out of DJ Lee's hands. And now 3rd down and 9 with 9:09 to play in this game.
Rex looked like you were trying to take a shot to Connor Davey there. Never really materialized. Had to dump it off to second option, Derek Lee, but well covered by Kalen Shaw. Now 3rd down and long.
They got Johnson and Genrich at the top, Lakita and Davey at the bottom. Looks, throws short for Lyons, and he can't grab it. And that pass is incomplete. And a bad drive here. 3 and out, just 1 yard gained on this offensive possession. So it's for Jake Mategan to boot it deep.
Even worse, it was only 49 seconds of clock.
Yeah, you didn't get any first downs, you didn't burn any clock, and you didn't score any points. But the defense has been good for the most part, with the exception of that 44-yard run by Cash Shaw. And Mategan's punt is tipped at the line of scrimmage. And another very short punt. This one only ends up 12 yards.
Yeah, Mategan has played really well kicking, but on the punting side of his position just has struggled tonight.
It took a little bit too much time there, and Chippewa Valley sent the house, and I think they were able to get a finger on it. So starting from the 33-yard line, Andrew Schuster, Chippewa Valley. They have the only points scored here in the second half. A 1-yard run, courtesy of Darren Hawkins. But it's Cash Shaw, the running back, to start this drive for Chippewa Valley.
This was a game at the half that looked firmly in Shamrock control.
And they give it to Shaw, and he finds some space again. Corser Davis and a few other Shamrocks in there on the tackle there, but Shaw's able to pick up about 5 yards.
Shaw's been explosive as a junior running back. Is now 9 carries for 88 yards. It's been a problem for the Shamrock defense. We've bottled up Hawkins, bottled up Krasinski, but struggled with Cash Shaw in the backfield.
And Chippewa Valley's going to continue to feature Shaw in the backfield as he's been giving CC the most problems, like you said, Lucas. Schuster in the gun, low snap. They fake it. Schuster looks long left, fires over the middle, got his man, touchdown Chippewa Valley. Deshaun Lanier gives the Big Reds the lead in the 4th.
This was a game that looked like the Shamrocks had in the bag at the half, up 10. Just the offense was rolling. Just have struggled so far. I think that Cam Lloyd fumble touchdown controversy is where it has turned here for the Shamrocks, and they're really going to need a big drive here.
And that is 2 touchdowns in just under 2 minutes for the Big Reds, and they have completely flipped the switch here in the 4th quarter. Ahmet Bosick on to make it a 4-point game, and that extra point is good. Chippewa Valley 20, Catholic Central 16. And if last drive was not the most important, then this one is. You've got to reclaim the lead and give your defense a chance to make the game-defining stop here in the 4th quarter. We're going to take a quick break. 8:09 to play. Chippewa Valley reclaims the lead that they had at the start of the game. It's 20-16 in the 4th quarter.
Amit Bosick with the kickoff here. The Big Reds just struck quickly for a couple.
Line drive, Blakita fields from the 2-yard line, and he's got some space to work. Goes up the near sideline, makes a man miss. Blakita spins off a tackle and is ultimately wrapped up by Dravion Arnold, senior defensive back.
I'm telling you, Josh, whenever Blakita has the ball in the open field, you're thinking that he has a shot at the end zone.
Yeah, he made two men miss right there and is able to grab a few more yards at the end of that play. And Skylar Hunter is out to start this crucial fourth quarter drive.
Yeah.
We haven't seen him since the second quarter. He ran 2 plays at offense. Shamrocks gained 45 yards on those 2 plays, though. And he's back in here in the clutch time. Keeps it himself, running right. Makes a man miss. Hunter up the sideline. That's twice he's done that. And Hunter with a pickup of 9 yards. They're going to give him the first down, 10 yards.
He's just a difference maker when he gets the
9.
ball to the edge.
We'll give him 9. Second down and 1. I mean, that play looked dead to rights right out of the get-go when Hunter kept it. He had 2 Chippewa Valley defenders in front of him, made a miss, and got to the outside. Gives it to Hager. Hager finds space up the middle. Carries 2 defenders on its back for a few more yards, and he is inside Chippewa Valley territory. That's a pickup of 15 yards for Evan Hager.
Looks like Hunter will stay in the game. Lions coming in at running back for Evan Hager. Receivers are Genrich, Derek Lee, and Brady Blakita along.
Kyle Roberts, Connor Davey is in the slot, but they give it to Lions here. And Cameron Frazier, Andrew Spiteri, and Tyler Buchholz all in there on the stop. Second down and 10. Coming up for the Shamrocks. They're continuing with Skylar Hunter here. Takes the snap, keeps it himself, gets to the outside, cuts it back, and there's Cash Shaw delivering a big hit to Hunter, who's going to get near the first down marker, but about 3 yards short, so third down and 3 upcoming.
It'll be third and medium here. We'll see if Skylar Hunter will attempt his first pass of the season.
Hager's in the game at running back. Really couldn't go wrong with Hager or Lyons here. And you've got Hunter as that backup option who can get a few yards as well.
One-on-one coverage with Brady Blakita on the top of the screen.
They give it to Hager. Hager finds running room left side, and he lost the football.
I think he was down. They're going to mark him down. So it'll be 4th and 3 from the 41-yard line. We'll see. It looks like
Jaden Pyden, Spencer Lyons, and Braden Corser were all running on the field for that kind of wildcat formation.
and they are going to go for it here.
That makes sense.
3 yards needed.
Time winding down, 5:41 to play in this game. Skylar Hunter has been the man all drive, and they're going to stick with him here. 4th down and 3. Both teams with all 3 of their second half timeouts. 3 wide receivers here, Connor Davey, Brady Blakita, and Nico Genrich at the top. They give it to Hager. Hager up the middle, did not get there. Cameron Frazier, the senior captain, in there on the stop. And Catholic Central's offense is stopped on 4th down.
And I think on that drive they needed to throw the ball once. The running game has been dominant, especially in that first half, but can't go an entire drive in 2022 without throwing the ball.
Yeah, Chippewa Valley has really been put into pressure situations tonight. And after folding in the first half, they've responded in the second half by stopping Catholic Central on all 3 possessions. And now it's Schuster in the gun, trying to give Chippewa Valley their first win of 2022. It's Shaw who cuts back. Josh Ross and Aiden Lemieux able to chase him down. He'll gain about 2 yards here on first down.
Shaw has been electric with the ball, especially in this second half, averaging 9 yards a carry. Was 1 yard short of a touchdown on their last 2 drives ago.
Yeah, it's been so quick. Chippewa Valley with that back-to-back 2 touchdowns in 2 minutes. Energy is still bumping inside of the stadium here. Student section trying to will their team to get a huge stop here, get the ball back, and score the go-ahead touchdown. Schuster will take the snap in the shotgun.
4.5 to play.
Looks wide, throws for it all linear, beat him again, and this pass is overthrown. Wow. A wide open Deshaun Lanier ran a fade right down the near sideline, and Schuster overthrows him by just a bit.
Schuster had a shot to put the game away there. That would have made it an 11-point lead. Catholic Central's got a shot here now. They need to capitalize on that missed opportunity by the Big Reds.
This is 3rd down and 8. This is Coach Mack's signature blitz call here. He likes to send the house, put pressure in Schuster's face. This is where guys like Cam Lloyd, Brady Blakita, and Nico Genrich have to step up. Got to get a stop on 3rd down. Place is bumping here on 3rd down and 8. Schuster takes the snap, looks to throw. Pressure coming off the edge from Kyle Roberts. They go to the screen pass. Hawkins, and a hard hit delivered by Jack Davis. But I think it was Corser who initially got him down. And this is going to be 4th down and 4. I think this is a punt scenario for Chippewa Valley, and they will send the punt team onto the field.
That is a huge stop for the Shamrocks, especially after the throw deep to Lanier was missed. And they're going to
CC will use their first timeout. That's Coach Dan Anderson using his first timeout. Chippewa Valley has the 4th quarter lead here. It's 20-16, 4:06 left to play. You're watching or listening to the Shamrock United Network.
We're back here for some 4th quarter action. Catholic Central down 4 to the Big Reds, 20-16. Brady Blakita back deep to return. Hasn't really gotten an opportunity to use his speed.
Ahmet Bosick, this one might give Brady a chance, although this one's going to bounce in front of him and bounce down to the 17-yard line where Catholic Central will take over. And we don't know who is going to come out at quarterback. It was Bo Jackson for the majority of this game up until last drive when Skylar Hunter took over and gained some yardage for CC.
Yeah, Bo Jackson has shown he has the better arm of the two, but Skylar Hunter is just explosive when he gets to the edge. Can't really go wrong right now, and it'll be Bo Jackson.
Yeah, I think this makes sense because you are going to have to throw the ball here if you want to get the ball down to the red zone, down to the goal line, and punch in this game-winning touchdown. 3:53 left to play. Got to be creative with the play calls as well. Chippewa Valley stacked up very nicely in the second half on their front 7. First play is Hager. Finds some running room to the left side. That's going to be a short gain of about 1 yard here. Clock will continue to run.
Shamrocks are going to have to start throwing the ball. 3.5 minutes to play here. They're down 4. They need to score on this drive.
Jackson line up in the shotgun. They bunch 2 receivers out to the left. Jackson looks that way. Throws long. Got him in. Genrich beat him, and he overthrew Genrich. Oh.
Nico Genrich.
I mean, I don't think Chippewa Valley's expecting the deep ball from Bo Jackson. He hasn't really shown off his arm a whole lot with the exception of that DJ Lee touchdown.
Yeah, just didn't get enough air under that ball. Genrich was open by a mile.
And now both teams with fourth quarter shots by their quarterbacks, wide open receivers, and just merely out of reach. It's going to come back to bite him, as now it's 3rd down and 9, 3:16 to play. Derek Lee is lined up wide. Genrich is at the bottom, guarded by Kalen Shaw. Jackson looks that way again. Pressure coming, tries to escape, and he is not going to get out of the grasp of Devontae Love, who might have just delivered the game sealer, as Chippewa Valley has pinned the Shamrocks well deep inside their territory, and that'll send Jake Matagan out to punt this ball deep.
We'll see he struggled on his first few punts here.
He's standing in the end zone, and we've seen 2 missed snaps tonight and a tipped punt. Matagan's got to get this off quick. Good snap. Matagan with a nice punt here. It's going to land in front of Lanier, and it's going to bounce back in favor of the Shamrocks to the 43-yard line. A punt of 40 yards for Matagan. And with 2:24 left, Chippewa Valley will take over, needing a 1st down to seal the game. It's going to be up to Braden Courser and the Shamrock defense.
Yeah, Shamrocks still have 2 timeouts here. But as you said, a 1st down by the Big Reds, and this game is over.
By the way, 44-yard punt.
44-yard punt.
Looks like the Big Reds are going big here.
This is undoubtedly going to be 3 runs. Chippewa Valley's not going to take any chances, leaving time on the clock. It's going to be Krasnicki in the backfield on 1st down. Takes the snap, gives it to Krasnicki, and he finds some nice running room. Chippewa Valley's offensive line pushes him forward. He's going to pick up about 7 yards here. It's going to be 2nd down and 3, and Catholic Central has to burn that 2nd timeout.
Not good there. Not good. Only 3 yards away from sealing the game. For that defense, which played so well in the first half, just has to step up.
And this is where you saw in the clutch time last year, you saw Owen Prucho, the Naperville Central quarterback, fumble a snap. Beckler Hauser recovering that. It's kind of in the opposite way here, as Catholic Central needs to force a stop and then get points. But a 1st down would seal the game here. And it's Krasnicki again. Just 5 carries for 22 yards tonight.
Looks like some confusion on the line for the
And
Big
that's
Reds,
go-
and
that's
they're
gonna-
going
no, they're gonna have to call a timeout. Between Ethan Neep, the fullback, Krasnicki, the running back, and Schuster, the quarterback, maybe perhaps the offensive line.
Yeah, their play clock was running down. They did not want a penalty there to push them back 5 yards.
It's a safe call, as Coach Merchant has been, much less trigger happy when it comes to his timeouts here in the second half.
Yeah,
he's saved them for this exact situation.
Yeah, he used 2 in the first quarter back in the first half, and then didn't have any when they tried to make a 2-minute late
drill. Yeah.
Sorry,
Very good.
fumbling on the words. But now he still has 2 timeouts if in case something crazy were to happen. able to be cautious, make sure there's no broken plays on this side, because that's not what you need if you're Chippewa Valley.
I told you that's the game. We'll see how good our team is this year in that game. You said that. I told you.
Krasnicki, the running back. Neep is the fullback out in front. CC needs a big stop here on second down. They give it to Krasnicki, and he pushes his shoulder forward, and he's got the first down and perhaps the game. Oh, the first down run set up that second down run, as CC would have needed to stop Chippewa Valley 3 times in a row in short yardage. And the clock will run here. We're inside 2 minutes now. Oh, that's false start. We had some movement down here. Some confusion. The wide receivers have really been the verdict. Have been penalized for the false start here. Or are they going to say Chippewa Valley did get this timeout off in time? We're going to have a discussion between the officials here. Lanier has some late movement forward, and
It's like he was anticipating the snap.
they are going to call a false start here. No penalty, excuse me. They pick up the flag.
Still at this point, 1:33 to go. There's not much that's going to happen here. I don't understand though why Chippewa Valley's not just taking a knee here.
I think they can now safely. There's not really enough time.
They're not in formation like they're gonna.
Oh, Schuster's lined up in the shotgun mostly all game, besides maybe a few plays on 3rd and 4th down short yardage. Krasnicki remains the back here in the backfield. First down 10, 1:33 to play. They give it to Krasnicki, and he finds some running room right side, and he's going to pick up 8 more yards. Second down and 2. We are now under a minute to play here in this one. Chippewa Valley stalling the clock here. Coach Anderson has not used his final timeout. We'll see if he pulls it out after this play here. Give us to Krasnicki, and he is going to have the first down. And as the rain starts to come down hard, it looks like Chippewa Valley is going to come away from the Elm with the opening season win, as Catholic Central has suffered their first home loss in 1,084 days.
37 seconds.
It looks like Shamrocks did call timeout here quickly, so we still have 37 seconds left.
The last time Catholic Central lost a game at home, September 6th of 2019.
That is just incredible.
The rain is really starting to come down now on the field. And it ultimately comes down to who adjusts more at halftime. You see it in college and you see it in the NFL. And it was obvious who adjusted more for the second half, and that would have to be Coach Scott Merchant in Chippewa Valley. You get beat for 167 yards in the first half on the ground. They made an adjustment. And while Catholic Central did finish with 300 rushing yards in this game, you could tell that
different.
The defensive line, the front seven for Chippewa Valley, played with some enthusiasm, some intensity here in the second half, and Catholic Central scored no points in the second half.
Thank you. There you go.
Yeah, it's just 14-0 was the second half score here, and just Catholic Central needed stops and they couldn't get them, and they needed drives and when they couldn't.
Yeah, this fourth quarter has just been, kind of a struggle for the Shamrock offense as Andrew Schuster kneels down. And Chippewa Valley will open their season 1-0 on the road. They defeat Catholic Central by a score of 20-16 here. Catholic Central opens second consecutive season losing to Chippewa Valley. They will head up north next week and take on Davison for week 2. That'll be on the road. We won't have that game, but we'll be back here in 2 weeks for Catholic Central taking on DeWitt from the Shamrock Media Network, from the Shamrock United Network and Shamrock Media, alongside Lucas Draish. I'm Josh Rother. We're signing off for now. We'll see you next time. Go Rock. Go Shamrocks.